BTS has been blocked by the MAMAs. A small mistake made by a media outlet triggered calls for Jungkook to leave BTS. RM is considering seeking professional help. He admitted he's been battling loneliness, sleepless nights, crushing anxiety, and the painful realization of how quickly time is passing. And as if that wasn't enough, V has been attacked. Watch until the end, because you need to hear this. RM is considering seeking professional help. He opened up about struggling with loneliness, insomnia, nighttime anxiety, wanting to cry, feeling how quickly he's aging, and remembering the hard times. Like living in a cockroach-infested home and having to split his lunchbox because he couldn't afford food. In his latest live stream, RM gave fans a rare and deeply personal look into his life. What started as a simple hello turned into a long and honest talk about what he's been going through. From sleepless nights and loneliness, to memories of the past, and the pressure of being seen as someone who has it all together. He started off by saying something fans didn't expect. He's been feeling very alone. Lately, he said, he's been doing most things by himself, going to movies, visiting art exhibits, and spending a lot of quiet time at home. Even though millions of people know his name, being alone still feels hard. He admitted he can't sleep easily, even when everything is quiet. "I try to sleep, but I can't," he said. He added that he really admires people who can stay home and feel at peace. It's something he's still trying to learn. That led to him talking more about his nights. It now takes him 1 to 2 hours just to fall asleep. As soon as it gets late, around 1 or 2 a.m., he starts feeling nervous, like he's running out of time to get proper rest. He explained that his insomnia got worse after leaving the military, and because he's such a sensitive person, even tiny sounds make sleep nearly impossible. "The sound of the AC or the gas key drives me crazy," he said. Lately, he's been using earplugs or AirPods to block out noise, and he's thinking about getting professional help, like therapy, to deal with it. As the live stream continued, he began to reflect on the past. He shared that he recently went back to the old BTS building, the small, rundown place where everything started. He remembered cockroaches, a single bathroom for everyone, and the way the group used to split one lunchbox because they couldn't afford more. Seeing that place again made him feel emotional. "It reminded me how far we've come," he said. But it also made him miss those tough but simple days. "I guess I've become an old man now," he said with a half smile. But success hasn't erased the emotional weight he carries. RM opened up about how just living life, waking up, eating, staying alive, can sometimes feel really heavy. "It's like a soft kind of depression," he said. "You have to keep doing something every day, keep moving, keep surviving." What helps him keep going, he said, is having something to look forward to, like working on his next album or imagining the day he'll meet fans again. That hope is what gives him energy. He also spoke honestly about how fame affects his mental state. People call him a superstar, a world star, and yes, that's technically true. But he said that sometimes those labels make him feel like he's trapped in an image. He explained that he often feels like he has to be amazing all the time, like he's not allowed to be weak or tired. But the truth, he said, is that he still feels anxious and insecure, and that trying to hide it only made things harder. Now, instead of pretending he's okay, he tries to accept those feelings and keep moving anyway. What helps most during his rough moments, he said, is the fans. Over time, he's learned to really believe in their love, even though he sometimes wonders if they're really out there. Do you actually exist? Do people really love me? Seeing them at concerts, in messages, or even just through live streams helps him feel grounded. He admitted that sometimes when he starts a live stream, it's not just a talk, it's because he needs comfort. "Sometimes I turn it on because I want to cry," he said. "I just want to feel that someone's there." One fan asked how he keeps up his reading habit. RM laughed and admitted that he hasn't been doing much reading lately. Instead, he said he's gotten addicted to reels and short videos, those quick bursts of content that give your brain a fast hit of excitement. He called it a dopamine addiction and said it's definitely hurting his sleep and focus. "Reading takes effort," he admitted. "There are just so many fun things to do now that time flies. YouTube, games, reels. But I try to make time for books, even if I don't always enjoy it." As the live stream neared its end, RM talked about getting older. Now 31, he joked that age sneaks up on you, you lose weight, and maybe you lose interest in the simple things too. But then he smiled and said, "Let's grow old together, gracefully." With a laugh, he added, "Muscles don't betray." Before signing off, he shared a final message from the heart. He said that every time he feels low, he reminds himself that millions of people are still sending him love. "It's overwhelming," he said, "and hearing someone say, 'I love you,' still feels amazing." He promised to keep making things that bring people comfort and strength, because that's his way of showing love in return. RM is under fire for a decision that stunned fans, investing in AI, a technology he once condemned. BTS's RM is getting a lot of criticism online after people found out he invested money in a company that uses artificial intelligence to recommend art. The company is called R2, and it recently appeared in a news article. The article talked about how the platform works. It uses AI to match artwork to someone based on their mood. But what really grabbed people's attention was a short sentence near the end, saying that the project was backed by investors, including RM from BTS. That small detail sparked a big reaction. The reason people are upset isn't just because of the AI itself. It's because RM had previously shown a negative attitude toward artificial intelligence. In past interviews, he made it clear that he was skeptical about AI and worried about where things were heading. He seemed concerned about how AI might harm society and the planet. Now that he's financially involved in a company using AI, some fans are saying he's going against his own beliefs. Online, some fans said they felt disappointed and even let down. They had admired RM for being thoughtful and careful about serious issues like technology and its impact on the world. Now they're wondering if he's changed. There's also a bigger debate happening here, beyond just RM. More and more people are uncomfortable with the way AI is entering the world of art. They worry that AI will start doing the job of real artists, and that it could make creative work less meaningful. Some also brought up the environmental costs of AI. These systems require a lot of computing power, which uses a lot of energy, and that adds to pollution and climate problems. It's still not known exactly how much money RM put into R2, but the fact that his name was mentioned as an investor suggests he gave a significant amount. But some fans have pointed out an important distinction in RM's views. While he has clearly spoken out against AI being used to create art or music, seeing it as something that could take away from the human emotion and effort behind real creativity, he has never said he was against AI being used to help people discover art. In fact, making art more accessible to more people, especially those who might not know where to start, is something he's long supported. A platform like R2 doesn't generate artwork. It recommends existing pieces based on a user's mood or preferences, which could actually help connect people with real artists they may have never found otherwise. Some fans believe this kind of use of AI isn't a contradiction at all, but actually aligns with RM's love for art and his desire to share it more widely. For now, many fans are left confused and waiting to hear if RM will respond. V's friends outside BTS. A new set of photos and videos of BTS's V has gotten fans talking online, and fast. The images show him hanging out with 3 of his friends. In one picture, V is sitting at what looks like a private dinner with them. No one knows exactly where they were, but the setting seemed quiet, personal, and exclusive. Soon after that, a short video popped up. This time, V was seen jogging outside with the same friends. They weren't just casually walking. They were running together in sync, like a group that knows each other well. Once both clips were out, social media lit up. People started putting together the timeline and asking whether this meant something more. Maybe a new friendship group, maybe even a future project or show. Many fans were especially surprised, saying they hadn't expected V to have so many close friends. But they also said it made sense, since he's known for being friendly and forming bonds with all kinds of people. On platforms like X, users talked about how V always seems to have a wide network of friends. They noticed that this new meetup looked like another example of that. Some even joked that the group looked like a new and improved running team, and said they'd love to see them all together in a show or drama one day. The idea got people excited, even if nothing official has been announced. What really stood out to many fans was how easily V connects with others. People online praised him for being open, warm, and not limited by labels or career paths. They said he doesn't just stick to one group. He builds friendships across different fields and generations. And with this new sighting, that reputation only seems to be growing stronger. V opens up about how he became one of the most popular students in school and shares his secret to making friends. Before he ever stood on a stage or became a global star, V was already someone people noticed, not because he was loud or flashy, but because he was naturally warm, friendly, and easy to talk to. Even back in school, his classmates remembered him as the kind of guy who could make friends with just about anyone. He wasn't trying to be popular. It just happened because of who he was. That part of him clearly hasn't changed. One fan once messaged him asking for help. She said she was about to start at a new school and felt nervous because she was shy. She didn't know how to make friends and hoped he might have some advice. V's answer wasn't something you'd expect from a celebrity. He shared something simple and real from his own life. When he had to switch schools, he brought a pencil case that had a little game built into the lid, something like pinball, or one of those mini games you play by pressing buttons. It was just a pencil case, but it wasn't the kind everyone else had. Because of that small, fun item, people noticed him right away. It gave his new classmates a reason to come up and talk to him. That one little thing made a big difference. It made him stand out without saying a word, and helped start conversations without him having to try too hard. He said it helped him settle in quickly, and that's why he shared it as advice. Fans loved that advice because it showed the kind and ingenious of person V really is. He wasn't trying to impress anyone, just offering something genuine that worked for him. He's talked before about how his school years weren't always easy, and that he went through some tough times, including bullying. But even then, he stayed true to who he was, fun, kind, and a little different in the best way. Now that he's famous, that part of him still hasn't changed. Whether he's chatting with fans, sharing personal stories, or just being himself online, V still makes people feel welcome and seen. It's something people admire about him, and this story is just one more reason why. V has been attacked. BTS's V has found himself in the middle of a heated online debate after an old Instagram post from 2022 suddenly went viral again. The attention came shortly after he appeared at a well-known breast cancer awareness event hosted by W Korea called Love Your W 2025. The Instagram post that sparked the backlash included two images. One was a painting called Lunatic Beauty by South Korean artist Jungkook. The artwork showed a dog and a man lying on a floor filled with red roses. The second image was the movie poster for the 1999 film American Beauty. In that poster, actress Mina Suvari is shown lying on a bed of red rose petals. In the movie, she plays a high school student. Back when the post was originally shared, no one seemed to take issue with it. But now, after V's recent public appearance, people began looking at it differently. Some internet users started to say that the images made them uncomfortable. A few accused V of promoting something inappropriate. Those accusations caused a wave of criticism online. Part of the attention also came from a video taken at the after-party of the Love Your W event. In the clip, V is seen dancing closely with choreographer Bada Lee. Some viewers linked the interaction to the Instagram post, suggesting a pattern of questionable behavior. However, fans and others familiar with the full context pushed back strongly. Many explained that American Beauty is not a film that supports the kind of behavior people were accusing him of. Instead, it's known for exposing and criticizing it. Supporters argued that V wasn't promoting anything harmful. He was likely making a visual or artistic reference. They said posting the movie poster along with a piece of modern art was more about aesthetics and symbolism than anything inappropriate. Some people also defended the artist, Jungkook. They pointed out that he's respected in South Korea's art world and that his work often uses dramatic imagery to make a point. According to them, pulling his painting out of context to attack V was not only unfair to the idol, but also disrespectful to the artist. One fan said that even if someone wasn't a fan of V, they should at least try to understand what the artwork means before using it to cause drama. The after-party video was also addressed. People who know V and Bada Lee said they've been friends for a long time, and that the clip only showed two close friends dancing. They added that there was nothing out of the ordinary in their behavior, and that it had nothing to do with the old Instagram post. As more context came out, the situation started to cool down. But it was a reminder of how quickly things can explode online, especially when people take small moments out of context or misinterpret artistic references. If people want to find something to hate, they will. Even if it means twisting the truth or digging up old posts to do it. In V's case, Nothing about the original Instagram post had changed. It had been sitting quietly for years without issue. But the moment he stepped into the spotlight again, some people suddenly decided it was problematic. That says more about their intent than it does about the post itself. When someone's determined to tear you down, they'll find a way, real or imagined. A fast food chain changed its menu, all because of V. A simple request from BTS's V has led to a real-life change on the menu of one of South Korea's biggest fast food chains, and fans are loving it. Mom's Touch, known for its fried chicken and burgers, recently released a special collection in collaboration with Korean-American chef Edward Lee. One of the standout items was the Edward Lee Big Thigh boneless chicken, which comes with a signature bourbon sauce. But after V tried it during a live chat with fans on Weverse, he had one small suggestion. He wanted more sauce. While chatting casually with fans, he mentioned that he was eating that exact item from Mom's Touch. When someone asked what it was, he answered honestly, naming the chicken and adding that he wished he had more of the sauce. His exact words were, "Please give me a bit more of this Edward Lee's special sauce." That offhand comment was enough to get the brand's attention. Only a few days later, Mom's Touch responded by updating their menu. They announced, through an official Instagram post, that they were increasing the amount of bourbon sauce served with the chicken. In the post, they included a photo of Chef Edward Lee with the phrase "special event" written in English. The design had a clever detail. The V in event was highlighted, clearly referencing V's stage name. They even added small purple heart emojis, a familiar symbol used by BTS and their fans. Fans were quick to notice the change and couldn't hide their excitement. Many shared the news online, laughing at how fast the brand responded to V's comment. One fan said it felt like, "Whatever V wants, V gets," which summed up the mood pretty well. The collaboration between Edward Lee and Mom's Touch had already been making waves in the food world. But V's unintentional involvement gave it a massive boost. While the company didn't release any numbers, experts estimate that this kind of exposure, especially from someone with V's reach, could be worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in media value. When a celebrity with millions of fans mentions a product, it often causes a huge spike in interest and sales. And this case was no exception. It also shows how much power celebrities now have over brands. V didn't do a commercial, and he wasn't paid to promote anything. He just made a casual comment while chatting with fans. And within days, a major food chain changed its serving size to match his request. Now anyone who orders the dish can enjoy extra sauce. A small mistake made by a media outlet triggered calls for Jungkook to leave BTS. A recent press conference for the animated Netflix film K-pop Demon Hunters has sparked online arguments after a simple reporting mistake led to confusion about which BTS member was being praised. What should have been a positive moment turned into heated fan debates, all because of one name being misquoted. It happened on October 15th during a media event. A singer-songwriter and voice actress for the film was answering questions from reporters. While talking about K-pop artists she hopes to work with one day, she mentioned a few names, including someone from BTS. According to the correct version later published by the Chosun Daily, EJ said that working with BTS would be an honor. She added that the members are incredibly talented, and highlighted Jungkook in particular, calling his singing beautiful and saying she truly admires him. But when a popular Korean news outlet first published their article about the event, they wrote that Jimin, not Jungkook, had been mentioned. The mistake may have seemed small to outsiders, but it caused an immediate reaction online. Fans noticed the error and began to question whether it was really a simple typo or something more intentional. Although the media outlet later admitted the mistake and fixed the article to correctly name Jungkook, it was already too late to stop the growing wave of frustration. On social media platform X, fans started posting angry messages, saying this wasn't the first time Jungkook's name had been left out, swapped, or ignored in press coverage. Many claimed there was a clear pattern of his achievements and praise being downplayed. They also accused HYBE, BTS's management company, of playing a role in hiding Jungkook's recognition. The post ended with a strong statement. They believed Jungkook should leave HYBE after the group's reunion tour. That wasn't an isolated opinion. Several fans brought up past examples where, according to them, interviews or articles originally praising Jungkook were edited to highlight other members or to remove his name entirely. They called this behavior media play, a term used when fans feel that media or companies are carefully shaping public stories to favor certain people or push certain narratives. In this case, fans said the original mistake turned what should have been a simple compliment into something that stirred unnecessary drama. They defended AJ, saying she had only shown support for Jungkook and didn't deserve to be caught in the middle of a fan war. Some even worried that these ongoing issues could hurt how artists like Jungkook are seen by the public, even when they've done nothing wrong. Still, not all the reactions were negative. Many people pointed out that despite the mistake, the important part was that AJ openly praised Jungkook's vocals. They said it showed how respected he is among fellow artists, even outside of the group. BTS has been blocked by the MAMAs, as fans believe they have been intentionally excluded. When the 2025 MAMA Awards nominations were announced on October 16th, many fans expected to see J-Hope from BTS recognized for his work this year. But when his name didn't show up in a single category, especially in the ones he seemed to fit perfectly, the disappointment online was immediate and loud. This year, J-Hope released 2 major international collaborations. The first, Sweet Dreams, featured Miguel, a Grammy-winning R&B singer known for his smooth vocals. The second, Killin' It Girl, was a bold, high-energy track with rapper Glorilla, one of the most talked-about new artists in the US. Both songs were well-received and praised for their strong production, catchy sound, and creative performances. So when fans saw that neither of these tracks were nominated for Best Collaboration or Best Choreography, they were shocked. Many felt it didn't make sense, especially for an artist like J-Hope, who's known across the industry as one of the best performers and dancers in K-pop. Fans said it wasn't just disappointing. It felt like something was seriously off. Right away, social media filled with reactions. BTS fans expressed frustration and confusion. One person posted that they couldn't keep believing these were simple mistakes anymore. They said it was starting to feel like intentional exclusion. Others questioned how an artist with J-Hope's level of talent and global recognition could be ignored, while less impactful work made the cut. People pointed out that J-Hope is BTS's main dancer, someone known not just for technical skill, but for unique movement and stage presence. In Killin' It Girl, they said his performance was one of his most powerful yet, and many believed that if any solo release this year deserved a Best Choreography nomination, it was that one. The same feelings applied to Sweet Dreams. Fans saw the song as a standout in his solo career, a smooth, emotional track that brought 2 different music worlds together. They couldn't understand why a collaboration that was both artistic and global didn't receive even one nod. As more fans spoke up, the conversation shifted from just being upset to asking bigger questions, especially about how the nominations are chosen. Accusations of bias and media play began circulating. Many believe that Mnet, the company behind the MAMA Awards, has a habit of not properly recognizing BTS members when they work on solo projects, especially ones that don't fit the usual promotional mold. The MAMA Awards are one of the biggest nights in K-pop. For many artists, being nominated, or not, can affect how the industry sees them. It can influence sponsorships, media coverage, and career momentum. That's why fans feel this isn't just about one list, it's about the bigger message that list sends. However, after dominating major award shows for over a decade, BTS has little left to prove. So while J-Hope's absence from the 2025 MAMA Awards nominations sparked frustration, it might not be the worst outcome. In fact, some argue that giving space to newer or lesser-known K-pop artists could be a healthy shift. Another trophy wouldn't change much for BTS at this point, but for rising stars, a single win could help launch their careers. Sometimes stepping aside doesn't mean being overlooked. Still, with the ceremony coming up soon, it's unclear whether Mnet will make any changes or respond to the criticism. But what is clear is that a large part of BTS's fan base believes J-Hope delivered some of the strongest solo work of the year, and that not recognizing it wasn't just a mistake, but a missed chance to celebrate an artist who has helped shape K-pop's global rise.